Well, this Colorado low is headed towards areas of southern Ontario, ushering in quite a bit of snow across the region. As we head towards our evening, that's when we're going to start to see those initial bands of snow move on in. The heavier we're going to get is going to be the later part of the evening, where we can expect those snowfall totals and those rates to be upwards of the 3 centimeters an hour. With that transition to rain through the overnight, it will not be too much to really clear away a lot of that snow accumulation. But it's also going to be gusty winds. Gusts well over 60 kilometers an hour are expected with this system through the evening. So whiteout conditions are on the board, as well as snow wrapping around as we head towards Saturday. More lake effect snow is going to add to all of that accumulation. In terms of how much accumulation we can see across areas of the GTA, the further west we head, that's where we're going to see those heavier totals, 20 to 30 centimeters. However, closer to that downtown core, it's going to be around 5 centimeters. Now, let's bring in Mark Robinson, because Mark, you were in that storm that we had earlier this week. How is it going to shape up to be slightly different?
Well, you know what? I'm going to give you one word that should give you the idea of the difference between these two storms, and that is shovel. Yes. Okay, so this storm is dealing with a lot more, or it's bringing in a lot more cold air. So if you remember the last storm, we had a little bit of rain in there, a little bit of snow in there, and then all of a sudden that warm air flooded in and we got tremendous amounts of rainfall. So that system had a lot more warm air to work with. We've had the cooling down of the temperatures between that one and now. So this one's bringing in a lot more snow. Now the timing is kind of interesting, because the timing does look like it's going to be a little later into the evening. So we're not dealing with it during the day, but we definitely will be looking at it a little further into the evening, maybe on that evening commute. So if you can leave work early, I'm going to suggest that you maybe mention to your boss that we said that it's okay, or at least that I said it's okay for you to leave early today. But if you can't leave early, getting into that evening period, just be aware that you might be driving through some, that snow beginning if you're in the GTA. Now, of course, if you're further west, you might be dealing with that. You're going to be dealing with that earlier in the evening, maybe even more directly on top of that evening commute. So looks like the kids will be home from school by the time the snow really gets going. But it's if it's people coming home later from work that are going to have to be aware of that snow beginning to come down. But the exact details, I'll leave up to you, Rhythm.
Well, thanks, Mark. And when we're talking about all that cold air, that's what's going to produce those higher amounts of snow. Of course, we still have that warm moisture from the Gulf, but it's going to be the cold air that wraps around it that's going to bring that prolonged period of more snow. But with it, the system is quite convective in nature, so we can expect some thunder snow right across regions of southern Ontario. For areas down towards London, we can expect that thunder snow to move in as we head towards the later part of the afternoon, early evening. But up towards areas of the GTA, we'll see that move in as those snow totals start to really ramp up, so into that evening time zone. Now with this low, we're also ushering in a lot more cold air on the back end. Thanks to all of that Arctic outflow over the prairies, this low is going to pull it towards areas of the east as well, leading to prolonged periods more so of that next week, getting well below seasonal temperatures across areas of the GTA. Specifically, taking a look at Toronto, we are falling down to -10 on Tuesday. I know we've been slightly warm from December, moving into our January, but that cold air is returning. Now, once again, when we're taking a look at all of this snow, we are going to start to see it move in around 6 p.m. Those whiteout conditions widespread across areas of the GTA will start to move in for the later half of the evening. So if you can leave work early this afternoon, we would suggest it, and that would be the best outcome.